Hambrick coming to you from Tampa, Florida. I've had the opportunity over the last day and a half to get together with the senior founders of the company, and that'd be myself, Super Doug Maddi, right there, Ron Hambrick, as well as Ted Kennedy, back from the United Arab Emirates, at least for a little while. Hey, I don't know if this is going to come in video form or just audio form in the form of a podcast, but I wanted to come to you today and kind of discuss why organizations fail. Because really that's why Fifth Principle exists, to help organizations, individuals and organizations, to be more successful than they currently are. You know, how do you define success? Everybody defines that success a little bit different, but regardless, I think there's universal reasons why organizations are just not successful in what they attempt to do. So with that being said, hey, I'm going to start from with Ted Kennedy over here. I'm going to allow Ted the first shot at this, and then we're just going to go around the horn. It may be kind of back and forth. There might be some back and forth chatter supporting, but this is just going to be a good dialogue that we're going to have. So Ted, with that being said, man, I'm going to hand it off to you, buddy.
Hey, thanks, Chris. I'm going to throw out a question with the question, and that's why do organizations fail? I think it's more important to say why do teams fail. If an organization is a team and a good team, it's going to be successful. If an organization is not really a team and just a place where everyone goes to work, it's probably not going to be that successful. Based on all I'm there for is to get some money. I don't really get any gratification from the work. I don't really enjoy my colleagues. Everything is bad other than the money's good. That's not really a team per se. That really is just an organization. So I'm throwing the question out on the table, why do teams fail?
So teams fail. A lot of times it starts from the top, generally. If the leader of the organization does not have a clear view of who he is and what he or she wants, it's hard to trust folks to push that vision forward. So, do you have different forms or how do you get that down to the people? How do you push down your ideas and thoughts and desires where you want your organization to go? How do you do that? There are several different ways to do that. But.
Ron, if I could jump in on this, I oftentimes call that lost in translation, and that's the ability to take an organizational, let's call it a mission statement. What's the intent of the organization, and how does it go down to the lowest employee and translate? And how do those middle managers? We had a really lively discussion last night, myself and Ted, about our focus and concentration on middle management, because that's where we think organizations succeed or fail at. So it's the ability, Ron, for leaders to take the guidance, the mission, all that information from above and translate it to a level that makes sense to their teammates, as Ted described.
Absolutely, I concur with that 100%. But again, that's only as good as the message sent down. So middle management, I absolutely have to execute, but if there's that buffer of not understanding clearly what we're doing, where we're going, you get mixed bag of results with that.
Hey everybody, Doug Maddi. So I'd just like to say a couple things as to what everybody was discussing. And I like to use the analogy of watching the movie Ben-Hur. And Ben-Hur, the character is, thrown overboard, and he's rowing this boat, and he's only doing one thing. He's either rowing to that beat, or he's rowing to a beat that's much harder, and that's all they know how to do. Conversely, a team that's working to achieve the same purpose, that team not only knows how to build the boat, They know what each other are doing and what each other's role is. That the coxswain, in our terms, he's the person, or he or she is the person that's guiding the boat. But you have your strongest rowers and your least strongest rowers, and you have people that can also help you correct a left or right turn on that same boat. So everybody working harmoniously together in complete understanding of what each other are doing will help your organizations succeed a little bit better, other than just going by the beat all the time. Chris?
Yeah, no, great point, Doug, or great points by everybody. So why do teams fail? I'm going to say one word, and in my mind, it's leadership. There's a lot of discussions out there, the art versus the science of, and people who in theory have gone to school, read books, whatever, they think they understand the art of leadership, and that's when to apply it, where to apply it, how to apply it, and it's difficult. I'm telling you, it's something that takes time, it takes experience, it takes repetitions. What I'm asking everybody to do is, listen, be a leader. If you're a leader, more than likely, why do teams fail? I think teams are less likely to fail than individuals. Why? Because truly, if they're a team, all right, they're working together, as kind of Doug talked about, those individuals on the boat. If you get that one individual who's counter rowing, there's always that idiot. There's always that one fat naked kid who's out there, and he or she is counter rowing on the boat. Well, occasionally you need to throw somebody off the boat, right? But to the greatest extent possible, if they've got a great leader who's attempting to develop and truly cares, I think you're going to be successful. I would rather have individuals who are willing versus able. Now, in a perfect world, I got it. They're willing and they're able. They completely understand how to do their job. But given the preference, 100% of both those, I would rather have that individual who is 100% willing, meaning motivated. He or she really wants to be part of this team versus ability. Because I think in most cases, unless it's one of those things that, you're a rocket scientist or you're a doctor or you're a lawyer, something that you need a professional education, in most cases, if an individual can be trained and you have the right leaders, not managers in place, those leaders can absolutely make a difference in the lives of those young people. So that's my thoughts on it. Anybody?
No, I think this is a great start for podcasting, Chris. And I'm hoping we get a lot of feedback on this, and it opens up some questions that we can expand these podcasts to help folks out there in the level to lead at. Because one day you're in a conference room in a suit with upper management, and the next day you're down on the assembly line in a blue collar, trying to explain what management told you, and then take what the labor force has said back up to management, and as the go-between, so dovetails us and all those good things into some great conversations in the future.
Absolutely.
Just beating the drum will not get you to where you want to be. You have to do a little bit more than just beat the drum. And we hope, really, like Ted said, we want to hear from y'all. Give us a like on Facebook, Instagram, Twitter, YouTube. Subscribe to the channel, and let us know what you think, or let us know what you want to hear, because we'll talk about nearly anything. Thanks.
Yeah, hey, I'll close this thing up by saying, this was really bringing the team together, the founders, the senior partners of this organization was a great idea. And this idea for podcast actually came from Ted. And to Doug's point, we do want to hear what you folks, what do you want to hear? What do you want us to discuss? I heard somebody one time say this is free chicken, meaning that, hey, listen, we're going to put it out there on YouTube. Here's an opportunity of of getting 120 years of leadership experience, organizational management, team building. Listen, you ask the questions, we'll be more than happy to discuss it. As Doug said, though, we do need your help. Please get on YouTube, subscribe to the channel, like it, please, and get on our other forms of social media. And if you've worked with me personally, I've run into a lot of people that said, Chris, we watch your videos all the time. And I say the same thing every time, and that is, well, if you've enjoyed what we've collectively delivered as a team, what this team has delivered, fifth principle, we need to hear back from you. So God bless each and every single one of you. We're going to come to you again, I promise you, in short order, but let us know what you want to hear us talk.